Yo, peep this. You just clicked on Let's View It, and now I'm Tyrone Cross. Welcome to my channel where I try to entertain you as I react to TikTok videos and discuss other topics I find interesting and important. And guess what? I do it all unscripted. So if this is the first time you clicked on my video, then you're new to the crew and I welcome you. YouTube don't know this, but I'm giving out my subscriptions absolutely free, because you're a first time clicker, and all you gotta do to get this free subscription is after this video, if you like how I do what I do, please subscribe, help support me, help support this channel, and help support my self-esteem. Do you have some more, sir? A little more? But now let's start the video, cause this video's crazy. I got a crazy trans woman going on a crazy trans rant about how she knows she's a woman. So you already know. Let's view it.
So for all the trans women out there, I have a question. How do you know that you are a woman? Because I tried living as a man and I fucking hated it. When you think about it for more than 2 seconds, this is an incredibly silly question. Well, how do you know you only like Honey Nut Cheerios? Because I tried every other cereal in the aisle and I hate the taste.
What? Here we go, another TQ lame analogy that doesn't work. Do I need to hold an analogy seminar? You can't just say whatever you want as an analogy. The analogy actually has to have parallels where you can actually swap them and it still makes sense. For instance, you can taste cereal, but you can't taste genders. Well, unless you're a freaky deek, but then you're tasting gender fluids. But for real, you can't taste genders. I can't taste that I'm a man. You can't taste that you're a woman. We don't taste that. So that doesn't work. But let me ask you this. What exactly did you hate living as a man? The gender roles that apparently was given by society? It must have been, right? Because the other question I have for you is, what do you love about living as a woman? The fact that you can have menstrual cycles? Oh wait, you can't. The fact that you can get pregnant and have babies? Oh wait, you can't. The fact that you can breastfeed? Oh wait, you can't. So all the gender roles that were given to women by God, you can't do. But what can you do to live as a woman? Well, you can wear a dress, you can put on makeup, and you can have your hair long or wear wigs. And in your case, talk in a high-pitched Muppet voice. But wearing dresses, putting on makeup, looking all pretty, taking hormones to look more feminine, wouldn't that be trying to fit societal gender roles of a woman? I thought you guys were against that. And on top of all of it, you were too ignorant to even know why they asked the question of how you know you're a woman. They're asking because they know there's no sensation of gender. I don't feel that I'm a man. I don't get an electric shock every 5 minutes reminding me. I don't get no sensations whatsoever in my body of a male. I just am one. And you want to claim that you feel like a woman. So she's asking you, how do you know that you're a woman? As far as I'm concerned, you could be a method acting drag queen.
The only thing that gets me through the day is that 1 drop of honey per bowl of Honey Nut Cheerios. I get stared at everywhere I go if people realize that I eat Honey Nut Cheerios. I get harassed on a daily basis for eating Honey Nut Cheerios. A very significant portion of the population wants to take away my life because I eat Honey Nut Cheerios.
Oh crap, I eat Honey Nut Cheerios too. Is there a significant portion of the population that wants to take my life? What about you guys? I'm sure you guys eat Honey Nut Cheerios. You can start to see why this analogy doesn't work, but also, she needs to stop with all the gaslighting. Stop saying a significant portion of the population wants to end your life. They might want to end your voice because it's so damn annoying. You're like the first tall black drag Muppet. Jim Henson, please don't get any ideas.
Yet, I still continue to eat Honey Nut Cheerios because if I buy any other box of cereal, I will starve. If anything, I should be asking you, how do you know if you like Honey Nut Cheerios? Because unlike me, all you've ever eaten is Honey Nut Cheerios. You don't know if you like Captain Crunch or not. You've never felt the roof of your mouth get cut the f up. And if you do not need to try Captain Crunch in order to understand that you do not like it, it is doubly fucking silly of you to ask me why I don't like Captain Crunch if you could already imagine it and understand it intrinsically.
I don't know anybody in this whole world that's ever said they don't like Captain Crunch and never tried it. Matter of fact, I never heard anyone in the whole world say they don't like something without trying it. Well, except for kids. Kids always say they don't like stuff without trying it. But again, we're talking about eating and tasting. That's why the analogy doesn't work. You know what? Let me show him some mercy and give him a bone and act like he's making sense. The way I can tell that I wouldn't want to live as a female without trying it is because we can tell instantly that I'm not attracted to wearing dresses. I have no desire to put on a dress, so I don't even need to go farther than that. I have no desire to put on lipstick, so I don't need to go any farther than that. I have no desire to chop my ding dong off, so I have no reason to go any farther than that. See how this works?
Trying to categorize people and define people by their sex makes no sense when you think about it. My reproductive organs have nothing to do with my day-to-day life. People do not run around with electron microscopes in order to figure out what pronouns they should use for each other. When you meet another person, you determine their gender.
Shit, maybe that would be a good invention to shut all the crybabies up.
Based on what they call themselves, their name, and how they present physically. I genuinely do not know how to explain to you people that human beings are socially more complicated than just our biology. I mean, I do know how to explain it, but you people are so dense that you genuinely will ignore any logical reasoning or any line of thinking that does not line up with your clearly objectively wrong view. A woman giving birth to a child does not automatically make her that child's mother. If that woman gave that child up and for 20 years that child never sees this woman and is raised by a completely different person who is not biologically related to them at all, you know that the person that raised them is their mother. If it was you who raised that girl, you would probably get very upset if somebody implied that you were not her mother because of your biology. You know that biology means nothing in the face of how we present and how we treat each other. Are you really going to look at me and hear the way I speak?
Unfortunately, yes, that is what we're doing. We're looking at you and hearing your awful, fake female voice.
Are you hearing me and listening to the way I speak? This is literally how you talk, and you think it sounds like a girl? Come on!
Say that a trans man who looks and sounds like the fucking Rock is more of a woman than me? If you just answered yes, but agreed with me on the motherhood thing, you are experiencing cognitive dissonance. You are completely ignoring what you just agreed to because it does not align with your previous worldview.
Now she's trying to make parallels between biology and relationships, and biology and gender. So what she's saying is, if you give birth to a kid as a woman, but you leave that kid, you're not really the mother. But yes, you are the mother. You're just a terrible mother. Now someone else might take your place and raise the kid and say, well, I'm their mother. I'm their real mother. I raised them. And the kid's not biologically theirs, but they are technically more of the mother. So in that case, the biology doesn't matter. The kid's going to consider the mom that raised them the mom, and the mom's going to consider that kid their kid. We all get that. That works for dads too, right? If you raise a kid that's not yours all the way up, we say, hey, that's my boy. That's my girl. I'm their dad. But now let's take her analogy and put it in the right reference. It would be more like a kid has a mom, but the mom identifies as a man. So now the mom wants the kid to call her dad. So now if a person asks that mom, are you the mom of this kid? That mom's going to say, no, I'm the dad. And the person's going to look at them confused because they're going to be like, no, you're not. You're a mom. And then that mom's going to have to explain to her that I identify as a man, so I call myself the dad. And even the kid's probably going to think, well, you look like a mom, but you want me to keep calling you dad, so I'm going to. Even though it's confusing the kid because everybody else's mom looks like their dad. So in that case, biology does matter.
You probably imagine that the woman who raised the daughter in that scenario that I brought up was a cis woman. But what if it was me? How does me, having inches to spare, have anything to do with the relationship between me and that child. The child who calls me mother. The child who I give the care that only a mother can provide. The child who only knows me as their mother. How are you going to look at this lady who looks up to me as an example of womanhood that she's wrong? How?
Easy. Anyone that has to look up to you as an example of womanhood is wrong. Even if they don't know it, it's gonna be bad. Because you're a terrible example of a woman. Why? Because you're not a woman. You're also a terrible example of a man. Why? Because apparently you hate being a man. Secondly, any child that has to be raised by you as a role model and listen to your voice their whole life, I feel sorry for, and I hope they escape. So instead of asking us, how will we have the nerve to tell that child that you're not a mom, we should be asking you, how do you have the nerve to get children involved in your life?
Can you, a fucking stranger, try to define our relationship based on something that obviously has no effect on it? If I treat her and act with her in the exact same way I would had I been born female, how does me being male matter at all? It fucking doesn't. People are just more complicated than their biology, and that's okay. That's a good thing. I experience life and joy in a way that I simply cannot as a man or even as a non-binary person. Almost every single person understands the concept of a soul.
I'm sorry, I had to stop it, but I can't take his voice anymore. That is the most annoying voice I have ever heard. But congratulations on being the first Black drag Muppet. But if there ever was an annoying voice contest or tournament, my money is on him. But there it is, the crazy trans lady going on her crazy trans rant with her crazy trans annoying voice, and apparently he knows he's a woman because he tried a bunch of cereal. But now that you know, you can figure out your gender by cereal samples. All I need you guys to do is comment below. Tell me what you think. Do you like Cheerios? Do you know anyone with a more annoying voice than this? But while you're telling me your thoughts, I'm also gonna need you to hit that bell like the hunchback. Also click that hitchhiker button and subscribe with me. And I'll see you on the next trip.
Day and night. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. All my life. Keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. Can't help keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real. That's why I keep it real. Keep it real. Keep it real.